Lee Iacocca put it well in his book when he done his autobiography. He was an in-demand CEO in America, and he's renowned for pulling Chrysler out of a massive hole. And he also saved Ford with the Mustang. And his theory was unchanged. Well, a part of his theory was change before you have to. It's a good point. Um, you're in control of that. You control the process of it. It's not going to spin you around and throw you on your head and shock the crap out of you. It'll be on your terms. Change before you have to. If you see anything within you that is identified as a stopper for you to achieve your dreams and your goals in your life or in this life, do it before life comes upon you and changes your situation for you. And that's a thing with, well, in my way of thinking about age. Um, Age is the great equalizer. I've said there's no such thing as age, and I still believe that. But the maturity of oneself is going to be confronted to people during the course of their process of evaluating their life through age. Everybody's going to do it. And if you don't think you're going to do it, you haven't lived. You haven't lived. There's um, there's not a human on this planet that isn't going to arrive at that. So how do we change things? Don't disregard it. See it for what it is. If you see the fear component in it, be honest with it. Don't let your process be shortchanged by not acting. It's somewhere in your life, if you don't take stock of it, it's going to come back and bite you right on the butt. It always does. No one gets out of here alive as far as our emotional makeup and our thought process is concerned, and questioning why are we here? What are we doing here? What is our purpose here? Why have we arrived? Have we arrived just to come to a certain plateau and finish it, and that's it? Well, if that's the case, that's the case. But through my experience and everybody I've talked to over many years of being wholeheartedly interested in what makes people tick, how do we define ourselves? But the thing that's been apparent in every human, everyone's got a drive, everyone's got purpose. Even if that's getting up in the morning and making your bed, cleaning your house, putting on your shoes, putting on clothes. We all have a purpose. And during the course of discovering whatever that purpose is for that person individually, it's going to require some change to give yourself a chance. And as I said, time and time again, you can leave it up to fate all you want. Go for that. But we have control over how much we choose to identify our part in things to change to make us more responsible. We have that control. We can do it by identifying you are accountable for where you are. You know, I can remember being in business and having up to 80 staff, and you know these people were on commission, and the lies I would get as far as sales are concerned. And I could have, I could have easily blamed these people for what I was receiving, but I was managing that company. I was directing that. I was doing that. Um, Other business ventures I went into, um, I chose to invest. I chose to participate in things that didn't go right in my life. But I also chose to participate in things that have gone right in my life. That's the flip side. Um, I can look at the things that haven't gone right, but there's a lot of things uh, that I've had the fortune to live and to experience. Um, Greatness as far as freedom in wealth is concerned. Absolute greatness. There's been a lot of things that have gone right as far as me parenting my children. Um, Without a doubt, that parenting is I put down in my greatest achievement. It's my greatest achievement for this. This bloodline is going to keep going, and whoever receives the bloodline can be developed. Um, People that have read my book, they've questioned one aspect of the book, King Hit, um, and people have said, "Is it nature that defines a human being or a person's behaviour or attitude, or is it nurture?" I firmly believe it's nurture. I don't believe it's nature at all. I believe nature sets out and lays down a pathway for us to work in. But that's all it does. Oh, other than give us air and breathe, it does a lot more than that. But to leave your life up to chance, I don't know. Something tells me there's a better option. There's a better option than that, and that is taking the bull by the horns and changing, and making changes, and sticking to changes. And if you're not good at commitment, start doing things to enhance that muscle. Start going to the gym. Start doing things around the house that you know that needs to be done. Go and be disciplined with your attire and ironing your clothes and looking after yourself and being nice to yourself, liking yourself, but doing actions to support that. Not, like I think I think all motivation is based on a passion and something that you enjoy. And you mightn't enjoy the things that I'm talking about doing, but you can start not not really. You don't have to enjoy it. You just got to Nike it. You just got to do it, and that's where you learn commitment, and that's where you learn discipline, and that's where you learn structure, and that's where you learn boundary. You learn it all by doing it. And you learn change by doing that also. Like if you haven't experienced much change in your life, it's going to be not familiar. So how do we slip into the fabric of change and start behaving in that way, making decisions? It's really the only way, making decisions and changing before you have to. Or you can be at the mercy of everything outside of yourself. Just ask yourself one question. How much do you react and how much does your belief system is determined by things outside of yourself, such as other people and the way they behave and how things affect you, and as far as other people and incidences and situations, you're not taking responsibility for everything that you do. Well, I would say there's quite a few people, and I'm a part of that too, somewhat, as far as I'll vent and I might have a laugh about certain people and certain situations, but in my moments, I know that I've been a big part of the creation that I that I'm talking about. And I suppose looking at this change and changing yourself for better outcomes, I suppose this change comes with no guarantees that your life is going to be better. My life is better from it, but I don't know if that's going to work for other people. I wouldn't have a clue. But it worked for me. And the other thing that worked for me is that I'm still changing before I have to. And there's stuff I don't know that I have to change yet, but it'll come to me. But as soon as it's presented within my soul as as something clear for me to take accountability for, I'll do it. I don't mind. I don't mind fucking it up. I don't mind getting it wrong. I don't mind appearing vulnerable. I don't mind appearing unsure or scared. I don't mind going into areas where I don't know what the hell's going on. And I don't mind going into areas where I don't know if there is going to be any rewards. But there's one thing I can say for sure, the reward is life, and the gratitude for that life, and the appreciation for that life, and how privileged a life is. That's 100%. That's 100%. And there's no, I suppose it could appear as somewhat arrogant, uh, where people like myself talk about change and how it's bettered their lives. And if there's any information in my story, it may help people if they need help, or maybe they don't need help. Maybe it will just help them in some way. Oh, I don't know. To tell the truth, I don't really care. I'm here to do what I've been led to do, and I'll keep pursuing that. It doesn't bother me. It's a marathon. I've got infinite availability to do what I've been called to do in this world. And I know that for a fact. I do know that um, changing yourself does give you more insight. But that doesn't mean you're any better or any lesser than anyone else nor other people. That's the thing with humans, mate. We're all doing our best, and it needs to be respected that everyone's doing their best. Um, everybody's beautiful in their own way. So on that note, everybody out there is beautiful. You have a good day, and we'll talk again soon.